I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders. Through dreams we design, with vision we build.
Monday night. It's Monday Night Football, but it's also Monday Night Baseball tonight on MuscleSport Media Live, co-hosted by myself, Joe Pietano, and Anthony Tuminello, with Trevor behind the glass, making it all happen for you guys. Thank you, of course, Noah Construction-Builders.com, the title sponsor of MuscleSport Media Live on WGBB Radio. No job too big nor small for the guys over at Noah. 95.9 FM, 1240 AM. Anthony, I know you are very happy with the New York Mets acquisition of free agent outfielder Juan Soto for $1 million at $1 gazillion.
It seems like it, right? So it's, every contract going forward is going to be the biggest.
Where do we stop?
Where do you stop?
We'll never. Yeah. What's the first $1 billion deal going to be? We're not that far
close.
off.
He's close.
If the incentives or whatever, the opt-out thing, it's $800 million.
Yeah.
They said.
Well, that's the incentives is it's basically $800 million.
If they don't give him that, if he doesn't opt out after the 50 year stuff.
Listen, here's a situation.
Let's not worry about opting out. Let's worry about getting a ring.
Here's a situation. I'm going to give you the situation. If we get a ring within 5 years,
he can opt out.
See ya. And you know what?
Go to the Yankees again.
Yeah, he's so, Stephen Cohen's so smart that he probably will make that money back in a year and a half. So, listen, let's be honest. This guy's a genius businessman.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what he could do and what he can't do. And here's the truth. The truth is, this guy's the limit. He's got almost unlimited funds. Let's just be honest. And that's the difference now between him and everyone else. Now, the Yankees, now I have to say this. I have never, I'm on a chat with my college and high school buddies. Now, I got some Met fans, but mostly Yankee fans. Mm-hmm. I have never.
Are you talking them off the ledge?
In my life, seen them this bitter in anything. Even if the Yankees are not good one year and the Mets are better, whatever. 2015, they have never been this bitter. They're like actually bitter and hurt by this.
I'm a Met fan, but I try to take my fan hat off when I look at deals like this. And when I look at it as an outsider, I look at it like this guy was on the Yankees 1 year. Mm-hmm. It's not like he was
also on the Padres for what, a year?
A couple of years.
He was on
Nationals,
Nationals.
But I mean, it wasn't like this. Like the Yankees had somebody like Jeter, and he played, or Bernie. They played his whole career, Mariano, and then he'd go on to another team at the end of his career, or even in the middle of his career. To me, this was a 1 year Yankee guy. I actually, this is my feeling, and I know you like, what? Listen, and I'm not taking you, I'm wearing a Met shirt. I'm wearing a Lindor shirt as we're making this episode, doing it tonight. Mm-hmm. I think he was a better fit for the Yankees as far as what their both lineups currently are right now.
Probably.
All right? I think he needs a thumper type of power hitter to hit either before or after. Now, again, I'm so old school, I can't get used to the new batting order, if you will. To me, 1 through 6 is so different from what I'm used to as a 1 through 6 batting order. So I guess it kind of like when you say,
the game has changed.
It's totally Kyle Schwarber as a leadoff hitter. He can barely bat 200.
That's a great example.
I can't even wrap my head around that, right? So
first of all, no one goes by batting average anymore, so we can't go by batting average.
See, I'm a batting average guy.
And most people are. But guess what? That's and
it's
this
on
is how
base and slugging.
Getting back to my bitter friends, and even people on the radio like Brendan Tieran. No, Craig Carton said it. He's not even a 300. Doesn't have a 300
He's
batting
throwing cold
average.
water on it.
Like, who goes by batting average right now anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what you're gonna base this deal on right now.
Guy
Listen,
is a superstar, no matter how you slice it.
Done.
End of story.
Done.
I mean, listen.
Done.
I listen. I like Juan Soto. I think I'm very excited as a Met fan. I know that this isn't the team that they're going to put on the field in that first game in April.
See, I think they are. I think they're
You
going
don't think they're going to have?
I think Alonso's going. I think they're going to keep. They're going to do whatever they take to keep Alonso.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I mean. So,
Yeah,
I mean, right now Alonso's still out in the open market. And the Yankees are a great destination for him as well if they want to replace some of that power, and they do need a first baseman. He is a righty hitter, so it's obviously they like lefties there because of the shorter porch. But I mean, you look at Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton; they've excelled over there at Yankee Stadium.
But Alonso does hit a lot of opposite field home runs.
That's true. He'll take advantage of the short porch out there. But to me, I look at him, and he's very similar of a player.
Him is in Soto.
Juan Soto, excuse me. Very similar as Francisco Lindor. Now, he's better than Lindor. He's got more power than Lindor. But he's similar. To me, I look at those kind of guys as they're both. I love Lindor. Possibly my favorite Met on the team.
Lindor's
right,
a spectacular
he's amazing
fielder, though, too.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying as far as the quality of hitting and the type of player he is. I'm not even worried about defense, infield, outfield. I'm more looking at an offensive standpoint right now.
Future possible Hall of Famer. Right.
Now, Juan Soto, he's not a switch hitter, but I mean, as far as his batting goes, to me, I look at different guys like Alonso's a cleanup hitter, or what used to be a cleanup hitter. Lindor and Soto are not. They're more of that typical 3 or 5 hitter kind of thing in the old days of the lineups.
Mm-hmm.
When I looked at the Mets in '86, Keith was a perfect 3 hitter. Darryl and or Carter were perfect 4-5s because they were more productive. They had more power. Keith was a doubles guy. He was a gap guy. He got on base. So when I look at that, I kind of look at Soto and Lindor as Keith with power. You keep everything all right?
Yeah, my headphones are driving me ballistic right now because you keep going in and out. Either they're loud and see now it's going to blow my eardrum out,
it's blowing.
Or it's not going to. No, we're good. Trev, we're good.
Don't worry about it.
We're good.
So,
Trev, if I start bleeding from the ears, then I think we'll have a problem. But it's all right. Joey will just drive me to the hospital.
That's
no problem. We'll just sanitize the headphones if I start bleeding from the ears.
So I look at those guys as kind of like that Keith type hitter, obviously with a lot more power and production value on them. They're not that strawberry home run hitter like Alonso is. So that's why I say that Juan Soto is very similar to Lindor. But is it bad to have 2 unbelievable hitters in your lineup? No, of course not. You know?
As far as similar to Lindor, I could see where you would make that comparison. I think Juan Soto's baseball IQ and eye and the way he works counts and the way he frustrates pitchers is astronomically good.
Yeah.
Again, he's a pure hitter, in my opinion.
I mean, how he came up young. He was 19, but the Nats, the year they won the whole thing. But he's like years ahead of anybody.
Look at the teams that he's been on, and look at how they performed in the playoffs. Look at them.
San Diego did well in the playoffs. Washington won the title. They were a wild card team.
Okay,
and the Yankees won the pennant.
Now hold on. Yeah, and to all my Yankee, hey, how did Judge do in the playoffs?
Very, very.
So who
Soto carried them?
Carried the Yankees.
Yes, Juan Soto, obviously.
That's it.
But I still I feel that if the Mets do bring in a power hitting first baseman, I hope it's Alonso. Then I feel a lot better about the Soto move. And I love it on face value. You can leave it as is, and that's great. But then I look, okay, Vientos hit some homers.
They're banking on Vientos to have another big year, by the way.
But he's also not a thumper.
No, well, he first of all, don't forget.
He's got power.
He
But
hit
he's
almost
not,
30 home runs this year.
I know, and not even in the full season. He started in the minors.
Correct them,
Right after the spring
He's
training,
no
he
Alonso.
come up north with them.
But as far as the protection behind Soto, you're right.
I love Vientos.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want them even looking at a third baseman. Put him at third, leave him alone.
Yeah, but
let
he's
him hit.
not the protection like you said.
But yeah, he's not that kind of
I agree.
protection.
I agree.
So that's why I say, if now you got your corner of outfield is set, right? Because he's going to play right.
With Soto's not a great outfield.
No, he's not.
You could DH Soto, for all I care. I know.
Oh, I hate the DH.
Well, we can't help it. I don't like it either.
But if you get a guy that's an older, even if it's a 1 or 2 year flyer kind of guy,
Like Team Martinez.
he's not a big home run hitter either.
No, but he's a DH, and he's great for the clubhouse.
He's great, but
I
I think you move on from him if you don't bring back a really good first baseman like Pete, or you don't bring in a really good first
I understand
baseman.
what you're saying. You're
Then that
100% right.
DH has got to be a 45 home run guy.
100%.
I don't care if he's 45 years old. He's got to hit 45
Well,
homers.
Pete didn't hit 45.
No, Pete had an off year. But I think if he comes back with this lineup now, with this addition, and they have a great lineup. I mean,
come on.
I mean, even Alvarez is the lightest hitting guy on the team probably right now when you're looking at, and he had an off year. He had a year before that. He hit the ball much better, right? So they are top to bottom a pretty good offensive team. Listen, of course they got to address the pitching. That goes without saying. So do the Yankees. I mean,
That's it.
Almost every team in baseball needs to
Yeah,
address
but let's
their
not
starting
forget,
pitching.
really, listen, the offense was, the magic in the offense and the spectacular drama in the playoffs for the Mets was outstanding. However, let's not forget, which is quite obvious, the pitching was outstanding. Manaea was outstanding.
Yeah.
Severino gave
They all
us
got
great
hot.
innings.
And those guys are gone.
You know, and
Probably.
they're gone.
Well, Severino is, but I mean, Manaea is going to get a huge
He's going to
deal.
get a huge deal.
And I don't know if the Mets are going to go. I love Walker Buehler on a 1 year show me deal.
I'm
love
into it. I'm
right?
into it.
Because this is a guy that's got a real high ceiling. He's already showed it. He's been in the playoffs before. Obviously, he's been in a World Series winning team in 2020 with LA. I like those kind of pitchers for the Mets right now because there isn't a Garrett Cole kind of guy on there. Snell was as close as you
We
could
didn't
get.
have one last year, don't forget. We didn't have
last
These guys overperform or perform the way they're supposed to, or overperform.
Yeah.
That was a big thing, man. That whole year, the pitching had us, man.
Listen, those guys came in and had really, really solid value. You can't even compare. Ridiculous value. So I don't know if they're going to try to catch lightning in a bottle twice. Stearns is good at that. He was good at it in Milwaukee for financial reasons. He's good at it here just for baseball reasons, where he's bringing in these guys that they're not expecting them to be 20-game winners. But there is no more 20-game winners in baseball for the most part anyway, right? So if these guys can come in and do okay, they're going to add some more arms. I mean, they brought in a couple of guys. I like Holmes.
So Holmes,
and I do like the other Montas move as well.
but all right. So the Holmes situation, I do like because again, we talked about this. Let's compare him to Lugo. Yes, he's not a starter
He
now.
can go either way.
Can go either way.
Yeah.
Lugo, don't forget.
I wish they put Lugo back.
Right, man. He was third in the Cy Young.
He started off the year. He was the
mean,
Cy
come
Young
on.
winner at the beginning of the year, first
Right.
half.
Right.
He was like 12-4,
Right.
and he faltered in the second half. But they made the playoffs, KC.
Right.
But also, I'm gonna look at the thing now. I guess it's easy for me to say as a Met fan, but again, I'm taking my fan hat off. What is the difference what team he came from?
Because they're bitter. That's just the way it is. Difference is it's New York.
Means nothing to me.
But baseball is the biggest on earth in New York City.
The
man.
Yankees are still the best team in town.
They're
still
bitter.
They're still the model organization in organized sports.
You know why? Because we finally said, haha, we have more money than you, and we're going to do what we want. That's it.
I know the evil empire finally got
That's
outbid.
it. We're the evil empire now, pal.
In a way, it is.
You know what I mean?
But see, to me, the Yankees are still. They're still the
Of course.
that's the mold. All right.
Listen, in sports franchise, not just Major League Baseball.
Oh,
that's it.
All the sports.
It's it. But again, I don't care anymore. But it's amazing how bitter that they actually can be. Like, I just can't. It's really the fans, and they're so bitter, and they just keep. Now it's why he's a liability in the outfield. Why are you going to throw boiling hot water or cold water on It's just because they think we don't like the Yankees. I don't. It's not that I
could care less.
I don't like the Yankee fans because of that.
Well, the fans, are different than the team.
They're finally.
I enjoy watching the Yankees. I hate their announcing, the brutal on radio and TV. But I mean, as far as watching a team play, especially in the playoffs, I had a ball watching it.
I don't watch them.
I've never been like I hate the Yankee kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm a Met fan, obviously, so I can't be like, rah, Yankees.
I don't hate the Yankees. I'm just enough. Why can't we just, and it's not me being bitter. Like, I want to make the playoffs in the World Series. You know what I mean? I loved our year. I could care less
it's
because
fantastic.
Yeah,
the Yankees made one step deeper, and that's fine.
And they got killed by good, and now they soar because they had. Don't forget the easy route that they actually had to the World Series.
American League was much weaker.
We didn't.
Yeah, and they also won the division, so they had the
Philly
bye,
and the
they
Brewers.
had the home,
right.
The Mets were on the road.
And beat them.
Even from Atlanta,
Brewers.
extra game.
Atlanta.
The extra game,
forgot.
the doubleheader.
Right.
The Lindor shot in game one,
Boom.
right?
Brewers, boom. Phillies, boom.
Yeah, so I mean, as a Met fan and a baseball fan, the Mets run was fantastic. I had no disappointment.
OMG Mets.
When they lost to the LA, I was like, they lost to a better team.
I
That's
couldn't.
it.
You know what? I was not heartbroken nor disappointed, but I was like, thank you guys. Thank you for what you just did.
Oh, it was a lot of
for
fun.
me.
And I think even if they got past the Dodgers, I don't think they beat the Yankees. Yankees
you're
were loaded.
wrong. You're wrong.
Maybe I am, but it's
Joey,
hypothetical. But the Yankees are loaded, though.
I know you got to understand this, and I know the regular season is not the playoffs. We destroyed the Yankees during the regular season.
That is true. I know it's
destroyed-
not the same thing, but it's all you can go by.
We destroyed them.
You don't go look
I'm
back at
I'm
2000
telling you,
World Series.
I'm telling you, we beat the Yankees in the World Series.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying because the Yankees had so much, they had so much firepower.
They had so much firepower during the regular season.
No, I know.
You
I
know?
know. And, the Mets magic, and when was that glass slipper going to fall off on the Mets? And,
It didn't even. The Dodgers' offense
Dodgers
was just dominant, man.
And they didn't chase pitches, and the Mets had
That's the
nibbles and
problem.
bits pitches.
That's the problem.
Those guys that we were just talking about, like the Minayas of the world, if you are patient with that kind of guy, he's either going to put you on base with a walk, or he's going to have to come in and you're going to be able to hit it. And the Dodgers had a great offense.
That's a
1 through 9.
That's a winning offensive team. Patient hitters.
Yeah, and they finally got over that hump where they just couldn't win the title, and they finally, they finally did. But I'm excited. I'm hoping that this Spurns on. So I know Willie Adams went to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
He went. So there are some other names out there that are still on the market that are Corbin Burns. Do the Mets give Corbin Burns a long-term deal, a lot of money? I don't know if he's worth that.
I don't know.
I know he's.
However, but again, we do. But again, that's my only concern is the pitchers. The pitchers really did take us. Their expectations were low for the pitchers, and they really took us through
real low
since June, right?
That team was hot.
But we can't forget that.
June on.
We can't forget that man.
Pitching staff was.
And good for Severino, man. He got a nice contract.
He got a nice contract with the
A's.
With the no city A's.
Well, the Las Vegas A's now.
The Sacramento A's.
Is it Sacramento?
Well, they're not calling. There's no city doesn't. It's just the Athletics.
What? I thought they were in Vegas.
No, it's because they had this like 3 years.
Oh, in Sacramento.
They had
where are they playing?
In Sacramento,
so
at AAA ballpark, just like the Tampa Bay, because of
their stadium.
They're playing at Yankee Steinbrenner Field, which is gorgeous, by the way. Steinbrenner Field, right across the street from Raymond James.
Well, it's only like 10,000.
11,000.
Not even 4,000 go to see the Tampa Bay Rays.
But when we were coming back from the Olympia, we were talking to the cabbie, who was a sports guy.
Yeah.
And I was saying, hey, where's the stadium gonna? And he was showing us. He goes, a week ago they leveled. I think it was the Tropicana or something, and that's where the Oakland A's, Las Vegas A's stadium is going to be built.
Oh,
He showed it, so it was just flat dirt when we were
Vegas is
driving
taking
by.
everything.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's going to be cool, but for 3 years to have to play in a AAA ballpark.
Look what happened to the Islanders. They played in freaking Brooklyn.
Oh, that was just.
I mean, I'm not
awful.
a hockey fan, but I can imagine that must have been awful for
Oh,
them.
that stunk.
You know?
They changed the colors to black and white for a little bit.
annoying.
Like the Nets colors, they tried to. No, it didn't work. But I think that Manfred's terrible commissioner. But I think he got bailed out by Soto staying in a huge market like that, New York, obviously.
Well, can I just address this? I listened to your show with Jimmy last week.
You did.
I did,
Okay.
and you both said I'm pretty sure he's going to remain a Yankee.
Yeah, yeah.
You both said that,
I
and
felt he
everyone,
was.
everyone
No,
else
I
said
did.
it too. And then I thought to myself this. I go, all right, what's taking so long? And I knew that they were going to, I'm like, okay. And what did I say in the beginning? I said, I don't care what anyone says. The only way he'll stay a Yankee is if he wants to stay a Yankee, because no one is going to outbid
Steve Cohen.
Yeah. And that's what happened. And you know what?
That's
It was astronomical. The Yankees could barely afford $700 million. So,
Well, you're starting to hear all these things now where his family.
of course.
And,
And again,
all
that's what
that.
we're hearing.
I don't know how
It's
much
the
of a
money.
fact- Of course it is.
That's it. Thank you, Uncle Stevie. This is why you are the best. Thank you, sir.
Of course, it's the money, but if the money's close, I thought he was going to pick the Yankees.
I said he's going to get. They're going to make him part owner of the Jets.
And he would have ran.
He would
for
have
the
ran.
hills.
He would have ran.
Oh, that's a disaster. But I predicted that one. You
Wait.
can go back to my August posts.
Yeah, you did.
I said the Jets were going to miss the playoffs. I said, and they're going to win under 7 was my pick.
And Rodgers is,
Oh, they actually looked pretty good yesterday.
they did look good against my team.
Oh, that's you, yeah. Tua was smart. He
I'm
didn't
disappointed.
get his head taken off.
I'm disappointed in the Dolphins. I always am every year. It's the
Tua-
same thing.
If Tua was healthy all year, they'd be in the mix.
Nope, because last year he was healthier. He didn't have a concussion
Well, the
last year.
conference was maybe a little
The
more
conference is
crowded.
good. The conference is good.
What a game last night. Buffalo
Buffalo.
and the
What a game.
Rams.
What a
And then
game.
the Chiefs.
We beat the
again.
Rams.
Again, the Chiefs by the skin of their teeth. I don't care. I had LA and the under. I could kick.
Taylor Swift
As long as they didn't score a touchdown there. I
Taylor
said kick
Swift
the
did.
field goal. I don't care.
Taylor Swift paid him off. She paid the refs.
Tonight I need Cowboys plus 5.5 and under 49.5.
That's another. The Cowboys are another.
Oh, I'm a biggest America's team fan tonight, baby. But not too much. Let's not go over.
When are you gonna learn? Are you gonna learn?
This is on the real.
All right.
This is on the DraftKings. There, it's on DraftKings. But the Mets odds right now are plus 800 for World Series. I don't know what they were before the Juan Soto signing.
I'm actually gonna go to spring training. My parents live down there, so this year I'm going to spring training.
You
I
gonna
want-
go to spring training?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see. I like to go to spring training every once in a while because to me that gets me. It really gets me amped. Number one for the season.
Al Lang Field, I think it's called, right?
They changed it.
I think it's Al Lang Field.
Well, last time I
forget.
went, I think it was 19. I haven't been there in a while, but to me, when I can really analyze things because I go for a couple days. Like I sit and I analyze.
So you get to see different lineups.
I want to analyze.
Split squads,
That's right.
and things like that. So
That's
you
right.
get, and then you get to see so many players in 9 innings because guys only usually get 2 or 3 at bats.
You're real close. Like if you.
Oh yeah, you're right on top
That's
of it.
right. Yes.
Because that's like a single A stadium
Yeah, it's
kind
awesome.
of thing. Yeah,
It's awesome.
So it's obviously small, but it's
Mm-hmm.
it serves its purpose. So. But yeah, Mets aren't done, Yankees aren't done. It's going to be a great baseball
I can't
season
wait
in
for
New
the
York. I
season.
think.
I can't. This is the first year in a while that I'm so amped for baseball.
Like I said, to me, it's still an incomplete because I know
It
they're
is.
not done. If they bring Alonso back and get at
We
least
gotta bring him
one
back.
solid starting pitcher,
That's it.
I'll be feeling
Agreed.
so much better.
Agreed.
Anthony, that's gonna be all we have time for tonight. We're gonna have to leave it there, unfortunately. Every Monday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WGBB Radio, AM FM on your New York dial, 95.9 FM, 1240 AM. Anthony, Joe, Trevor, have a great week, folks.
Kev, I got to do something about these headphones.
I saw you kept touching the.
Because
Noah, I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders, through dreams we design with vision we build.